The older I get, the more I realise that we've been sold a lie of what freedom actually is. Because when you're younger, especially as a guy anyway, you think it's all the obvious stuff like flashy cars, nice clothes, big houses, and just making loads of money. Just to kind of prove to people that you've made it. And don't get me wrong, all those things are nice. I used to want those too, that used to be my goal. And I thought that if I looked successful on the outside, that it would actually bring me peace and make me successful on the inside. But that's just not really how it works, and I'm starting to learn this only recently, because none of that stuff brings you true peace. It always keeps you kind of in the market for wanting more, and always comparing yourself to other people just to kind of be a little bit better than they are. And it becomes a competition, and one that obviously you can't win. And most of the time, this is for people that you don't even like. And to be honest, they probably don't even like you. True freedom is waking up with no stress. Waking up and not having to worry about bills, not having to worry about, somebody knocking on your door because you haven't paid a TV license, you know what I mean? But it's being in your own system, not being trapped in someone else's, and having clear thoughts of your own time and your own space, having a clear head. It's not about just renting nice cars and posting on social media, or going on nice holidays and posting it expecting to get loads of likes and comments and just getting loads of validation from, once again, people who don't really care about you. And it's not trying to look like the man who's successful, and it's actually about being the man and feeling like the man, feeling like you have it all. You have, the wife, kids, you have a nice house, land, and you're going to come home to a nice, freshly cooked meal, with no pesticides, no preservatives, just a freshly cooked meal from your garden that you've grown. And one thing that people don't really like to hear is that freedom is not free. There's a cost to it, and you have to earn it. You have to become the person who deserves freedom, because not everybody, if somebody was just gifted freedom and they're not deserving of it, they would absolutely throw it away. They would find it boring, and they would not actually know what to do with themselves. You have to get strong. You have to get strong in your mind, your body, your habits. You have to be able to say no. You have to learn how to say no to people. If people ask you to go to the club, go here, and to just do stuff that doesn't align with your goals, you have to learn to say no. And you probably have to learn to let them go and, cut them off and never really speak to them again, because a lot of people don't change, and they're not willing to change, especially for you, and you can't expect them to. But through these hard decisions, walking away from comfort and to stop chasing all of these highs that everyone else is chasing, you'll build a lot of discipline, and you'll actually be able to figure out what actually matters to you. And when you do, you have to make sure that you double down on that. It's not always going to be fun and games. It might actually get quite slow and lonely at sometimes, but it will make you feel a lot more grounded, and you'll actually realize what true freedom means to you, because all of that, what I've just said, is what I find true freedom to be for me. Now, everybody has their own opinions, and everyone's entitled to their own opinion. But if you think that flashing around nice cars and nice houses and all of this stuff is peace and happiness, then, chase it. But if you actually have somewhat of a brain, then you'll realize true peace actually comes from who you are as a person, and kind of the people you spend your time with, and having people around you that only want the best for you. This is why when you're starting out, you might not have that many friends. Right now, that's why I'm in the forest. I'm walking completely on my own, because it's in these times when you let go of all the distractions and you quite literally just enjoy being present. Learning to be present is something that is not very common nowadays, because everyone's so hooked on all these little dopamine hits like TikTok, maybe smoking, maybe drinking, all of these bad habits which are slowly killing you, is the exact reason that I'm out here in this forest making this video, kind of just spreading my thoughts and my values and what I think young men should be working toward in today's age. Because yeah, it's become very easy. And there's a quote that you've probably heard, and it's, good times create weak men create hard times create strong men, and strong men create good times. And right now, in this era, we're definitely in the period of good times create weak men. There's so many weak men out there, and everything is so easy. All you have to do to get a job is apply, and you'll get some job where they walk you through everything. There's absolutely no danger. Health and safety is through the roof. There's pretty much no danger of you ever being hurt or needing to know how to protect yourself with some kind of martial art. And everything's just very easy right now. But as the cycle comes, hard times will also come as well. And that is where the strong men will ultimately stand out, and the weak men will die off because they won't be able to handle what's coming. Now, I know this all sounds very cliche, but if you read about it and if you actually do your research and study a bit, this cycle does exist throughout history, and it has repeated itself for the last 1,000 years. So yeah, that's something that I think is coming. I think hard times are on the way, and I think that everybody should be preparing to be able to look after yourself and to be able to build the next generation of strong men.